Hello guys, Daniel here from Better Investing Academy. So this video we will be doing the earnings review, okay, for Apple this time. Yeah, Apple has already released their Q2 2024 report. So let's go through this together. So in this video, we will be going through a few topics together. So first is talking about the company news. Then we'll move forward to the financial results. Then let's go through the earnings call together, the important highlights, and also what other information we need to know as shareholders. Then I'll be sharing their valuation, and then let's go through the summary together, yeah, for their performance this quarter. So let's go through the company news this time. So the market seems quite happy, okay, with Apple's results. So when they released the result on May 2nd, the market was quite happy, rise up 7.4%. So what makes the market so happy about it? Yeah. So as usual, okay, it's because okay, they announced a record buyback, which I will share later. All right. And then even if the sales fall, okay, so the market was saying that Apple sales fall, right? Okay, they beat estimates despite iPhone sales decline on China. All right. So let's go through, what really happened. Yeah, let's look at the facts right now. Okay, instead of relying on news headlines. Okay, so let's go through the financial results. Now, this is what Apple reported to us. So let's go through the revenue. Total net sales is, of course, the revenue, yeah. So they posted 90.7 billion in sales, all right. But if compared to last year, okay, the same quarter is actually declining by 4.3%. Yeah, their operating income, okay, also declined, okay, 1.48%. And net income also declined 2.17%. Okay, so normally, okay, if you invest in stocks and the company reported declining growth, normally share price won't go up, okay, it will definitely went down. Yeah, so let's accept, I will share later on again why the market seems quite positive on Apple's result, okay, this quarter. Yeah. So the net sales or the revenue drop, okay, is also because most of these countries all right, the sales, okay, also drop lah. You can see the one I highlighted in red. But particularly, all right, in this quarter, the highlight is on China. Okay, the highlight is actually on China. Yeah, but because of the news of the share buyback and dividends, okay, it overshadowed, okay, the issue currently now in China lah, which I will share. All right. Yeah, so overall, every country also dropped here. So let's go through the earnings call. Yeah, the highlights of what they said and what the management said for this quarter. So the first thing, all right, the CEO, of course, okay, I would say wanted the shareholders, to look at the much better comparison, right? Because he mentioned, okay, there's a one-time 5 billion impact from Q2 2023. Yeah, so it's not really an unfair comparison, if you compare quarter to quarter. You know what he said here? You see, keep in mind, as we described in the last call in March quarter a year ago, which means they compared, this quarter two, okay, 2024 against Q2 2023. Yeah, we were able to replenish iPhone China inventory, blah, blah, blah. Because of what? Because of the pent-up demand from the December COVID times and supply disruption. Yeah, so because of the pent-up demand, then suddenly, they are able to fulfill all the demand together. And then somehow all the revenue comes together in Q2 2023. So what he said here is this: we estimate this one-time impact at close to 5 billion, okay, to the March quarter revenue last year. So that's why you see, when you make a comparison, that's why he said there's a decline. But if you remove this, if you take away this 5 billion, okay, extra one-time impact, they say our March quarter total company revenue would have grown. That's what he said lah. All right. But then I did my own calculation. To be honest, okay, I minus it lah. 94,836 you minus 5,000, okay, all right, which is 5 billion it's actually only 89 billion. You compare to 90 billion, it's actually a 1% growth. I don't really consider 1% is a growth lah. It's actually flat lah. Yeah, but of course, as a CEO, you want to, use positive words lah. Okay. Yeah, so this is the thing, one thing you need to highlight. But another thing, okay, all right, I want shareholders, any Apple shareholders here to take note, okay, is I don't really quite like how the CEO handled this quarter's earnings call. All right. because I feel that he's playing with words, okay, about China's growth. Yeah, you can see news lah. Okay, news keep on saying, yeah, sales drop and stuff, Okay, but we don't really know what happened. Yeah, so only when you go through earnings call, then you can see what really happened, okay, to the business. So one of the analysts, okay, he asked, Tim Cook lah, okay, he keep on asking, he want to know what's really happening with China. Just wondering if there was any color as to when you think the tide turns there. All right, so that means is there any possibility of recovery? But you see, Tim Cook says this. If you look at our results in quarter 2 for China, we were down 8. That means down 8%. But then the next thing he said is very funny. There's an acceleration from the previous quarter in quarter 1. I was like, is it? That means when you say the word acceleration, it means your result is better or grow higher, okay, this quarter compared to your previous quarter, all right. So this is what you said because you use the word acceleration. Okay. So I go and check it. What does he mean by that? It's very funny. So you can see, quarter 2 2024. Okay, these are recent results. Their sales from Greater China dropped 8%, which is okay. I agree because he said on top here, we were down 8%. Now I was thinking, what is the acceleration about? Okay, so that means we need to go back. Okay, go back your previous quarter. That means quarter 1 2024. So I go and take a look. All right, I don't think there's any growth, to be honest, because you can see, you compared again, okay, year to year, 23 billion. This is only 20 billion. So what he said, acceleration, because you see, like quarter 1, you got 20 billion here. Then you got 16 billion. You are actually dropping. You're actually declining. Can you follow me? Okay, let me repeat. All right, Greater China, quarter 1, that means the previous quarter, was 20 billion sales. But this recent quarter, 16 billion, is a drop. But why do you use the word the acceleration here? Well, the key thing is this. That's why I say the CEO is playing with words about China's growth. So this quarter, you dropped 8%. Your previous quarter dropped 12.9%. So that's what he meant the acceleration. Previous quarter, I dropped 12%. But this time, I only dropped 8%. That's the acceleration. So I don't really agree with the choice of words he used lah. Okay, make it seem very positive. But the fact is this, as shareholders, you must understand. Quarter 2 2024, the fact is you are dropping, you're declining. Okay. Quarter 1, you're also declining. I go back again to the previous quarter, you are also declining. So the fact is, okay, your business in China, right, is actually declining. You must accept that. All right. So, and you must really let the shareholders know what's really happening instead of, hiding behind flowery and positive words, you see. Right. Then, of course, I think this analyst, okay, smelled something ready, and he keep on pushing to ask about China. So he asked, I mean, these numbers are still declining, right? He straight away to say, I mean, these numbers are still declining, at least Greater China on a year-to-year basis. So he tell me, these are facts. The fact is saying that it's declining already. Yeah. So please tell me, is it macro driven or more competitive driven? So David, is it because of the economy, okay, or is because of competitors there? Now, this is the part Tim Cook, of course, when I listen to the earnings call, I of course listen to the audio at the same time. Okay, because you want to capture, how the management, express themselves, how do they answer, then you will get the gist, okay, of the real message. I will tell you this, this is what I feel, okay, that Tim Cook, okay, when he answer this, okay, he don't seem that confident. He don't seem that confident, and when he reply, it's quite slow, okay, quite slow as like he thinking, what to answer lah. Okay, so this is his reply to this analyst, again, yeah, I know acceleration, but I don't think it means anything lah. Declining is declining, okay. And then, yeah, the 5 billion impact, this 5 billion impact, it doesn't mean anything, to be honest. You know why? Because this 5 billion impact is your total sales, which include, America, other countries and everything. I don't know how many percentage out of this 5 billion is the one that contributes to your that one-time growth in China. Okay, this kind of data we don't have. Yeah. So of course, finally, Tim Cook says that means the other products didn't fare as well. And we clearly have work to do. And now he can say that, and now, I mean, he cannot run away already. You have to accept, yeah, it cannot do well, it cannot sell well there. Yeah. So then, of course, he said the most competitive market in the world. It's not really macro, but competitors there. Okay. Yeah. So if you follow the news, okay, you go and research. Okay, I think this is what's really happening in China, all right. So I mean, as shareholders, the information we can find, of course, is only from the internet. Okay, we can only know what really happened if we are there, lah. Yeah. So of course, you can see Huawei profit surges. Okay, Apple's iPhone sales go up, and then what else? Yeah, Huawei and Xiaomi, all um is beating Apple, okay, in the country there. Okay. So even to this point, even to this point, you can see volume of Apple sales underperforms Huawei and Xiaomi. Right? It's declining lah, like lagging these two big brands. So Apple, okay, based on this research consultancy, I think it's this counterpoint research lah, I think. Okay. Apple sales decline. Okay. But Huawei and Xiaomi is growing 66 and 28%. So that means, okay, it's quite true because it's showing Apple's result is showing it's declining in Greater China. That means that Huawei and Xiaomi is taking market share already, okay, from Apple at that time. Sorry, at that time lah. Yeah, yeah. So the only saving grace, okay, I personally feel the only positive news that can help Apple to grow is this lah. Yeah, the emerging markets or Asia Pacific. Okay, because the analysts ask, so is Apple approaching a point where all those other emerging markets in aggregate might cross over to be larger than the 70 billion Greater China segment? Okay, so you want to know whether emerging market will overtake, okay, or be grow larger than Greater China. So the CFO say this, when we start looking at places in India, Saudi, Turkey, Brazil, and of course Indonesia, the numbers are getting large, okay, and we are very happy because they are markets where our market share is low. Yeah, so I mean, it means that they are quite confident. Okay, they can continue to take market share in these places here. Yeah, yeah, and he says that the level of excitement for the brand is very high. So as shareholders, okay, again, we need to see for the next few quarters whether the emerging markets or Asia Pacific segment there, do they continue to grow? All right. Yeah. Okay, what other information we need to know? All right. Okay, so before I go over there, okay, let's go through the financial results. Let's go through the financial results. Okay. Yep. Okay, so just to give you guys, okay, a bigger look lah, okay, on Apple. See, this is the quarterly results, okay. If you compare 2021, yes, they have been growing, okay, but the growth, okay, has been declining starting from this September 2022. Okay, September 2022, you can see the revenue has been declining. All right. So if you want to see the clearer picture, okay, let's see the growth rate. Okay, I go and close everything first. Okay, let's go through total revenues. Now, I'm using the last 12 months. Okay, a last 12 months give a much clearer and smoother picture on what's really happening. Yeah. So you can see, yes, from September, they were growing remarkably well. Growing, okay. But after that, okay, they were growing at a declining rate. Growing, okay, but growing slower. Right, up to a point now, yes, starting April 2023, you can see from April 2023, that's when you see from 387 billion drop to 385 billion. That's when the declining starts. That's when the declining starts already. Okay, until today lah. Right, so this is the revenue side. Okay, and what else? Okay, so this is the operating income. Okay, operating income also growing at a declining rate, even now negative, okay, negative growth, then coming back up. Then net income, net income also same thing, growing at a declining rate, then declining growth, then go back up, growing a little bit. All right. So judging from Apple's, okay, performance, all right, you would say it's not really that good for now. But why? Okay, why the share price can continue to go up? All right, I will share it later, okay, later with you guys. Okay, yeah. So let's go back to the slides and other information. Now, okay, other information. I think this is the one that the market really likes it, lah. Okay, because first, the management announced a very huge dividend, okay, and it's a 4% increase, okay, than previous quarters. Yeah, so it's a 4% increase. But the biggest news, I think, okay, that give the shareholder a very positive sentiment is this announcement of the share buyback. The management, okay, has already authorized an additional 110 billion, okay, to buy back their shares from the market. Now, this is quite a huge deal. This is quite a huge deal, okay? Because you can see Apple has been very aggressive, okay, in doing share buybacks. And if you can take a look, all right, they March 2nd, they announced 110 billion, which is actually the highest ever. Okay, the highest announcement ever lah, if you compare to other companies. Yeah, even Chevron, okay, were only 75 billion. Our Google or Alphabet is only can announce 70 billion. But Apple, you can see, okay, since many years ago, 75, 90, 90, 90, 100, and 110 billion. So that's why the market is so optimistic lah for this business. Okay. So this 110 billion, okay, just for you guys to know how it will impact, okay, the share. Because the market cap currently of Apple is 2.8 trillion. 110 billion is around 3.89%. All right, 3.89%. So that means, okay, it will reduce, okay, sorry, not to say reduce the share, okay, reduce the share. But what I want to say is the worth of this 110 billion is around 4% of their total market cap. So it's a really significant and huge amount. Okay. Now, perhaps you would say, Daniel, so share buyback, okay, at what price they will buy? All right, because as Warren Buffett said, okay, share buyback, you cannot simply use it. Right? If you buy it at a very expensive price, then you destroy shareholder value. Okay, because you didn't put your money to good use. Okay, you are buying it something at a very expensive price. It only works well share buyback is when you feel that you cannot invest anywhere else already. The best place is to put it back into your company. So it's either fairly valued at most, or the best scenario is undervalued lah. Yeah. Now, but based on this is the annual report of Apple, okay, last year. So they announced to us lah, okay, that July, August 2023, August, September 2023. So that means lah, throughout the year on 2023, they have done buybacks around these prices: 191, 176. So this is something that the management felt, okay, at that time last year, 2023, this is the price. All right, so for shareholders, right, you can treat actually lah, okay, just a guide, that the average price, okay, for Apple, that if they want to do a buyback, is between this price, because they feel that this is something, the price here is around maybe undervalued or fair value. Yeah, so this will help shareholders make decision lah, okay, whether if you want to own a share, okay, if you want to go back to the same buyback price, okay, this is as a guide to you guys. Okay. All right. Now, before I go to valuation, I want to explain to you guys why this share buyback, okay, is a very remarkable tool, okay, and why it keep on helping Apple to increase the share price. Okay, let's go through it together. Now, so this is the weighted average shares outstanding of Apple. That means their total share in the market, right? You can see this is a very beautiful pattern. Very, very beautiful pattern. From this amount of shares, they keep on declining every year. Every year. Okay. So it's like you have a business, you share with you share with 100 people. Every single year, you have less and less shareholders to share your profits with. You as a shareholder, you want this thing to happen. It's like you have 100, next year I got 90. I only need to share my profits with 99 people. Then the next year, 98, and 97, 96, 95. So the lesser people you share, the more profits you will enjoy, and your share will be more and more valuable. All right. So this is how it works. You see, now, listen to me carefully. Now, this is the net income. Okay, this is the net income. Might not do net income first. Okay, let's do revenue. Okay. You see, Apple's revenue has been declining, right? Okay, you all know it, I share it. But why? Okay, why is it that the share price keep on going up? Okay, I will slowly lead you guys there. You see, starting from here. Sorry, this one I remove this. I remove this first. Okay. You see, 394 billion, then 383 billion, then 381 billion. Okay, so there is a declining, right? Okay, but let me tell you this, the revenue per share. Why is it, you see, this declining? So per share value is supposed to decline at the same time, right? But no, okay? You can see, this is 2.32. Although the revenue drops, but the revenue per share increase of 24.34. And now 24.54. Hey, increase instead of, if revenue decline, but the per share is supposed to be declined, but no, it continue to go up. Okay, let's take another example. Okay, like this one, 265. Okay, the revenue here is 265 billion and decline to 260 billion. But why the per share value 13.4 revenue per share becomes 14.09? That's because of the share buyback. Got the share buyback. Okay, it lessens the amount of shares in the market. It makes the share even more valuable. All right, so this is revenue. Okay, let's check the net income instead. Same thing. You can see here for 99 billion, 96 billion, but the per share value maintains the same, 6.15, 6.16. You can see that. And let's take another example. Like for example, okay, like that. Yeah, so this is the power of doing share buybacks. Okay, it increases the value, okay, value of the shares. Yeah, and of course, coupled, okay, with what? Coupled with the dividends. And you can see Apple has been increasing their dividends every single year. So it's like your share getting lesser and lesser, and then your dividends amount increase. So you get more and more dividends. Your share is getting more and more valuable. And this will affect the share price over the long term. Okay? All right. Now, so let's go back, okay, to my slides. Where is my slides? Okay. All right, here. Okay. So let's talk about valuation. Okay, let's talk about valuation. So let's go. Okay, where is my slides? Okay, here. Yeah. Now, you see, the market tend to value Apple by using earnings per share because their net profit, okay, is already stable. Yeah, so they prefer to use PE ratio. Yeah, so we make things simple, okay, in terms of valuation. So we want to know, first thing, all right, how much is the market willing to pay on average, okay, the multiple for Apple? That means the PE ratio, lah. Yeah, so I use this one, okay, I average it out the 200 days. Yeah, so you can see that red line is the average one. So on average, the market is actually willing to pay around 28.986 times to their earnings. All right. So that means right now, okay, the price at this price of 183.38, okay, the PE ratio is actually 28.516. Okay, so what is the valuation? How do we calculate it? Very, very simple. Okay, let's go back here. So you want to calculate based on PE ratio, the share price, right? Very simple. You just take the PE ratio, which is the multiple, times the earnings per share, and you will get the share price, the value ready. So we already agreed the red line is the median average, what is the market willing to pay, which is 28.986. So you just take 28.986 times 6.45. So how do I get 6.45? It's come back, okay, from this, the per share value here. Here, earnings per share. Yeah, I close everything, then you know. Okay, because the last 12 months, I take the last 4 quarters. Okay, what is the latest? Okay, what is the latest earnings per share? Yeah, so this is the earnings per share, 6.45 here. That's how I got it. Okay, now, so let's go back. So you just times it, you get the valuation right now of 186.96. And currently the price is, 183.36 USD. So I would say it's around fair value lah. Okay, that means the market has been pricing it. Why it goes up? Yeah, because it's fairly valued right now. Okay, all right. Now let's go through the summary. Okay, on what really happened on this quarter. Yeah. So number one, okay, you as shareholders, you need to take note. Revenue is declining for a few quarters already. All right, you need to take note of this. Whether you want to invest in Apple or not, You need to take note. And not only that, their China business, okay, continue to keep track. Okay, because we can see already the China business is really declining right now. Okay, the China phone brands, Huawei, Xiaomi is taking market share. So we really need to see, okay, for the next few quarters, what the management can do right now to grab back the market share. Despite whatever they say, numbers, okay, and the results matters. Okay, it's clearly showing us that they are declining and losing market share already. Yeah. They say the emerging market may help regain their growth. So let's see how for the next few quarters. Share value continue to increase due to buyback. This is the power of doing buybacks. Okay, if you're going to continue to buy back, your share value continue to get more and more valuable, and that's when your share price continue to go up. All right, all right. So, another thing, of course, I prefer the CEO to be more transparent with the shareholders, lah. All right, if things are bad, it's declining, just tell us. Okay, don't hide behind flowery and positive words. Okay, just to tell us how good this quarter is. Okay, and currently the valuation is fairly valued, lah. That's what I feel. All right. So I hope this short video, okay, educates you guys, okay, on what's really happening with Apple. Okay, give you guys some more information that you can't get from the news, lah. Yeah. So if you have any questions you want to ask about Apple, please comment down below. Or if there's anything that you want to share your opinions about their quarter, please feel free to share, and I will definitely reply you guys. Okay. So thanks again, for watching, and see you in our next video, lah. All right.